I mean, now is the on-time point. We are exactly 5 o'clock on the nose. How's it going, Fusion? We're updating some of the projects. Doing some other stuff, but might give some of the work a break. Depends, do some more art, I don't know yet. Today was really, you happy with my DM? With the, yeah, that's all. It's everything that was on the list before, unless you decrease the list. So we're waiting on Unity right now. No surprise. I need to get that font. I need to actually, let me go steal some of this back. Working on some Galog stuff here as well for 19. Hey Deborah, welcome to the stream. How's it going? I could make a build without it. And I'll just put in the build when it happens. Do like 7,000 things at once. Alright, so what would cause spawning of rigid bodies to not work in a build? Currently dipping into behavior trees for AI and Unreal. Like deep diving really. Had an encounter with an EQS and it like sculpt. Going back to the tasks and services. I love behavioral trees. Everything is pretty much a state machine. The only thing that sucks about my own AI logic is it's a lot of enumerator states, and there's no real there's no node trees. There's, I guess they kind of are node trees because there's switch statements that kind of lead them into a tree of some sort. It's like there's a combination of switch trees that kind of moves the state along, but it's not the same as like building a more node oriented behavior tree. Like ideally, I really do eventually need to convert the AI to use a real node system, because from a designer perspective, like I can code all the AI I want, but it's gonna be really hard for someone else that's not me, you know, to go into the AI and extend it. And if I do it the way that I want to do it, I'll kind of build these AI blocks, and then I'll like kind of like encapsulate those blocks into, you know, nodes, and then, you know, a designer can just, you know, like plop out this is a behavior, and then like if this state happens, you know, move to this behavior, and then not have to worry about the code. Like someone like still have the code in the behavior, but you know the conditions that drive the behavior can then be more design focused and not you know, not like hard coded like I'm doing it right now. So adding rigid bodies on build failure simulate. Oh, I have a feeling I know why it's not working in the build. Just let me update some of these projects here while we're doing it. Yeah, I have a feeling because the colliders are being generated, and they're technically mesh colliders, and they're mesh colliders that are convex. When a convex collider is created, normally there's like a pre-baking that is done to optimize the collider, and I don't know if that optimization can be done. I don't know what I need to do to make it happen in runtime. I mean, it's working in runtime in the mill, like it's just not working, or it's working in the client or in the editor, but not working. So Debro, do you do a lot of? Are you more of an Unreal person? Do you do like a lot of blueprints and stuff like that? I feel like I eventually want to learn it all. Like I want to master like Godot and Unreal, and then it won't matter. I'll just use whatever works for whatever project I'm trying to create. I definitely won't be using blueprints though. I don't know. It's subjective, right? Because like if I'm working on a level and I just need to do basic shit, it makes no reason. Like there's no reason to not use blueprints. But like if you're building some crazy asynchronous like multiplayer system, then like that's not gonna blueprints are not gonna go down. I mean they could work, but like I keep saying I'm gonna play around with Bolt. AKA Unity scripting system for visual scripting, and I don't bother with it. What is EQS in Unreal? It's a feature within the AI system of Unreal Engine 4. I'm assuming this is actually been updated since for 5.2. Wait, what? This feature is still experimental in a million builds later? Why? It's an AI system for Unreal that is used to collect data from the environment. The EQS, you can ask questions about data collected. The query system is called from a behavior tree. Just kind of scrubbing, AI moves around. Finds the best vantage point. Very similar to a nav mesh type system, but obviously not. Why is this considered experimental? We recommend not shipping projects with it. Why would it exist and be unstable for so long and still be in 5.2 if it's unstable? Better lube up before you get into that rabbit hole. No, I just don't. Yeah, it's just like why would you have something stagnate for so long? It's like the nav mesh system on Unity. Like why the hell did it take it so long to reach a point, you know, where it's like usable? Me? It's really heavy on performance. I guess that's why they still have that experimental. Okay, gotcha. Move this over a bit. Uh, mhm. Mhm. Yeah, we'll do Unity runtime, convex, mesh collider generation. The stupid AI just bumps into fences like it's CD Projekt Red's horse. A mesh collider takes a mesh asset, builds a collider based on that mesh. It's more accurate for collision detection than using primitives. For cooking, I don't really care if the cooked mesh is not optimal because it's enable mesh makes the physics engine clean message. When enable, the cooking process tries to eliminate degenerated triangles in the mesh. Mesh cooking changes normal mesh into a mesh that you can use for the physics engine. Cooking builds a spatial search structure for physics queries, such as the physics raycast, as well as supporting structure for the context generation. So no degenerate triangles and no collocated vertices, but the cooking works faster. If you disable mesh cleaning or weld vertices, then you need to ensure you aren't using data that those algorithms will otherwise filter. So make sure you don't have any co-located vertices if you have disabled weld vertices. I mean, we can check in Blender if everything is clean in the first place, because we're generating the damage state. When you set cooking options, game objects that have a ridge body compiler only support mesh colliders that have convex. A mesh collider's transform has a negative scale, and a mesh is convex. For a mesh collider to work properly, the mesh must be read and write enabled in any of these circumstances. Oh. You can disable normals because the physics system doesn't need them. Hang on. So in the salvage prefab, so we're not importing animations. So for meshes, we're not doing any mesh compression. Hi, I found a footage of someone. I found footage. Someone took a training gun. I was in with an F-35. Cool. So we do want to weld vertices. We don't want normals. I don't think we're gonna need blend shapes for this one. Or lights, obviously. Convert units, sure. Optimize the mesh. Index format auto. Normals, none. Because we don't need normals. Oh, we actually do need normals because the individual pieces. I guess we. It depends. If we break the normals up, then we're going to. We're going to see all the lines in between them. I mean, if it blows up, it doesn't really matter though. But I'd like to put a weighted normal or a normal transfer on it. Hey, Willem, how's it going? And I'm going to try multi-streaming. I'm going to let my Twitch affiliacy eventually, I think, expire out and focus completely on the Patreon. How's your day going, Willem? Yeah, so we want normals. Yeah, we'll import them. That's fine. But we need read and write on the mesh. Read and write. Okay, so with read and write enabled, the generated mesh colliders for these might actually work in the build and not be derpy. I need to find a streamable on YouTube playlist. Alright, let's go blow the ship up. Okay. You figured it out? I haven't figured it out yet. Na, 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 na. Yeah, that's a full shield load. No, we've definitely not figured it out. In the editor, it's always been working. It's never not worked in the editor. But I think it's the read and write access. Because when Unity makes modifications to the model itself, if it doesn't have write access, it can't write those back to the asset. And in certain edge cases, that's bad. It's not really the reason why it shouldn't be. But it should help. Because I'm wondering in my code, when we build our mesh collider and we set the convex, I wonder if I need to manually give it a some type of bake method. We're gonna do a build anyway and see if it works. Look at that. Build in 78 seconds. What do we put it under? Flight model, development menu, NPC ship flight. Yeah! That's exactly what it was. So now the data or the colliders will be written to the permanently written to the objects. Oh my god, this is actually so fun. It's like bouncy. Nice. Cool. I need to make these. Let me kill this one too. We need to. We need a shader for the shields. I might buy one. I want to make one, but I'm too OCD, and it's not working. And I think we're gonna browse the asset store for a better shield shader. The issue is you can't really use a Vonaroy. If you use like a Vonaroy shield, it looks good when you're looking at it from the front because you're getting that, you know, Vonaroy kind of, you know, like transparency. Like, but when it's elongated, it's it doesn't work. So it has to be like an edge detection type algorithm. You can kind of like scale UVs with a Vonaroy as well, but I don't know. It just looks bad. All of the every time I build a shield, I go crazy with it, and then I never get what I want. I don't know. I'm either overthinking it or I'm just being retarded or something. But it's like in progress here, right? So I thought I had the perfect shield a few months ago. I want to go back working on the first person game at some point. And making those assets be in sync with each other. Yeah, back in February when chips blew up. Right, so this was some early prototypes of the shield. And like it looks really good, but only from certain angles, and then it just, like, if you go to the, like, around it, the whole illusion just like goes away. And I just could not get it to do. This was actually a material I was playing with. I don't know why. See, I was originally trying to use a depth buffer to kind of like create. I don't know. My brain. I have no idea what I was doing. I was literally just playing around nodes at this point. But my understanding was if I could create the illusion of a depth buffer, just like when you're doing a water shader, it would be kind of like a water shader wrapped around, and it would be like a visual depth of energy around the ship, and then as something would hit it, it would not just ripple, but it would look like the energy is like, I don't know, like deep hugged around the body. I don't know. My brain can't create the shit that's in my head, or I can't create the shit that's in my head. But if I could create it in the way that I want it to create, I think it'd be like a really cool shield effect. But I couldn't figure it out. These are all of the failed attempts. One of these days, I'm just gonna, I don't know, play around with it and try to get it working. But you see, like where this weird pop happens here. This is like the vulnerable kind of dying, like not doing what it's supposed to do, and it just kind of loses the effect. But I really we need shields for the ships, even if they're really crappy versions of the shields. You know, just to have something, you know, for now, because it's driving me crazy that we don't have it. Because we mechanically have shields, you know, like we have crazy overkill shields where I'm actually, you know, figuring out, you know, which angle and how much influence each face is on that angle, and, you know, taking all the math that you see every time. See, even right now, there's something hitting that shield. So these vectors, these debug vectors here you're seeing, whenever this like hits, is, you know, doing all these like mathematical, you know, like inflection or whatever you want to call it on the shield to figure out what it needs to do. But yeah, you know, I'm gonna take a look. We get a little bit of money on the asset store anyway from and there is a promo on, so I do want a shield, like just shield effect. Doesn't that be crazy? Like a lot of them, like the bubble shield ones, are like one tutorial that people are just doing over and over and over again. And we already know. We already know how to do that. Those are easy. So you'll see, like, this one's literally the same as this one. They just put a material on it. We really need something that's more more wrapped around the shield. This is kind of nice because I actually know that it's doing some form of yes, I don't know if they're just doing like some type of it's more hologram than anything. No, this is actually nice. This is kind of what I want. This is very similar, but I still think it's a Vonaroy based effect. But then again, it was working fine on this one, and the effect doesn't look too bad. I don't mind these. I think these are worth 15 bucks. Public API. I mean, it's a shader. I don't really like that noise. That noise is really bad. I do like these bubbly ones. Yeah, very old effect, but not bad. Because it's one of those things that once you have a few of the shader, like I don't know if these are shader graph compliant, they seem to be old now. They're kind of doing, depending on how good the UVs are on the shields. Unity and Unity Pro ready. 30 pre-made effects, thousands of predefined, easy to integrate, drag and drop. But are they, what type of shaders are they? Just one shader? With different textures on the yeah, see, I wish it was a shader graph shader and not a raw shader. That's the issue. But this is the nicest one. This is the nicest one I've seen as far as being mesh, like, you know, the way that it wraps the material around the mesh and the way it applies it. We're gonna favorite it. Like, it's so old they don't have a website anymore. Oh, so many are like overkill. And this is literally the same tutorial that I already did. Like these shields here are literally the same, man. They just don't look that great. There's shield effect. It's annoying that this is the only one that I like. Yeah, I'll drop in a bit. Mix and match VFX. Sci-fi energy shield. Oh my god, this is terrible looking. Yeah, you can add a little bit of vertex off, like vertex displacement. It would kind of create a little bit of a ripple. But that's not extremely complicated, and it's also unnecessary. Did you look at the new banner? Yeah, I did. The 10 FPS one is great. No, we need to. I need to get a footage of the game. It is required by the enlistment site to have like either the Steam page up right now, or without the Steam page, like footage of the game, like just a compilation of footage, so we can get the name added to Twitch. Because we could be streaming it under the banner of the game itself, but I still need to I still need a cover thumbnail though. So we're not really. I guess getting the name is only really one step. I hate it. Like this is literally like the only good shield. This one. Oh, what is you? All right, maybe I took this one for granted. I mean, it is doing what the other shaders do. You're not allowed. Like you're not allowed to log into the Steam page. It's like completely. I'm not allowed to talk about anything to do with even logging into the Steam page. That's how bad the Steam page is. But yes. So the extra layer that's happening here is very similar to the effect that I want. But I don't like... Oh, that was actually cool. Okay, so I do like these shields. Yeah, they're 20 USD though, which is annoying. There's enough variation here, assuming they're shader graph shields. Like they're built on top of the existing shields that I was working on. What's that? Oh, yeah, yeah. I like the displacement, the camera displacement. They're definitely nicer. These blue ones here are great. The trick to the shields is having them not be visible on the inside of the ship. So you can look out through them, but you can't look in them. With the except of the effect of the shield's going down, like something's hitting, otherwise you won't be able to look out and see. I like these, man. These are like, look at it, it's still going. Like these kind of really dark energy ones for pirates and shit. So this was a really good example. I just don't like the warp effect on this particular one. Although some of them are really damn cool. There's a lot of learning from this that I can extract. If I gotta sit around and play with it for 5 hours to make it, then I've already burnt through 20 USD. I actually like these. I'm gonna actually add these to the favorites. I'm gonna just post these on Patreon as a just to get some feedback. a way to just like share the video link. Yes. I didn't realize they had sound. Holy shit. Because that might just take care of that real quick. And then we're good. How's it going, man? I'm streaming to both. We're playing around with the build. Actually, oh my god, Fusion, I think that actually the collision renderers was actually causing the performance issues that we were having. Yeah, man, it's been a bit. You should see the work on the build so far. Check out the habs we've been working on. Right now I have it kind of set up so anyone who kind of logs in to the so check it out. So this is the habs that we actually get now, and I have my coffee in hand. And yeah, let me kind of show you what I'm working on here. I'm making it so like in the game you can go and buy furniture, and furniture can be bought and sold just like a normal cargo. For furniture, I think I'm gonna like box it in or something. I don't know. Like maybe furniture being weird sizes is kind of an interesting logistical challenge. But either way, you just kind of buy your furniture and check it out. It's all got cloth sim and everything. I'm trying to go with a very 80s, late 80s, late 70s, early 80s kind of style. And then we can do our thing here. Some Lay's chips. So yeah, the game is like definitely coming along now. Gotta build a crate. I don't know if players are gonna have to build their own like crates for furniture. Maybe. That'd be kind of funny. That would actually be kind of hilarious. But if I go to so what I've worked on, let me just go to the login system here, is I have it all set up now. So if you we'll just go from main menu, I guess. So I have everything kind of hooked up, where if you connect on Patreon, so here's kind of the the workflow here. So on the universe server, I can log in and then go to connections and update my Patreon rewards, and it'll be like, hey, are you a member of Patreon? And it's going to give me an error here, user data has been updated. And then I don't have the hab thing, I don't have the configuration for this done yet, but that's all you have to do. You just connect the Patreon and that's it. And then when you log into the game, so when I hit play here, this is great because it's fully automatic, same as like what I do for Galog. So I go to Online Universe. Oh, hang on, there's a bug. So wait, what? Hang on a second, we got a bug. What is our bug? Totally irrelevant bug that has nothing to do with anything. Oh, it's because I have things selected. Don't select things. Selecting things are bad. Okay. So we'll just go to Online Universe. May as well turn off the gizmo. So I'm gonna log in. There's Revere and password. You can create your account like in the game. And now here we are in the Patreon build. Now lighting is a bit weird right now because I've been messing around with stuff. But we have all these new like graphical effects for the ship in. But if I head over to the Patreon wall here, then this list of Patreons comes down dynamically. So anyone who's linked their account, you see I'm in here twice because I made another like test Patreon account that's not necessarily linked. And then the idea is that when we see, these are the different cargo. We can do box deliveries. So like I said, I gotta fix the lighting. Ignore the lighting, but here in the bar, You know, we have cool games. It's exceptionally dark right now. So it's you know, the idea is that we have these kind of delivery consoles. So it's kind of like similar to Star Citizen, that we would just drop off our deliveries and, you know, kind of, you know, buy and sell them, bring them from point A to point B. Yeah, I think our sunlight or something is turned off, but we can take some cargo here. Or like my scene lights are turned off or something. Yeah, something's definitely off in this test build. Darker than dark, yeah. But you can see like the ship has full you know, like a ground effect and like actual like physics simulation for them. So, you know, we can just jump in. So we have our cargo. It's kind of basic right now. We're doing some multiplayer testing, and it was pretty good. So here's like, you know, work on the ship. Yeah, there's definitely some like weird light issue happening here. But we'll deal with that. That's not in the other build. But the cool new thing here, let me go to the hangar as an example. Is everything on the ship is fully modular. So so check this out, right? We can oh no, not hangar. It's ship's customization. Same scene, but slightly different. Right, so here we have our ship anchored, and you know, I can change the all the colors and the like the reflectiveness, how metallic it is, how smooth it is. If I want to do something kind of like really white, really glossy. I haven't changed it. I haven't done anything with it. Nothing has changed. So here's the new stuff that we can do, right? So all the components on the ship, you know, like fuel scoop or intake, you know, or the power plant itself. We can like swap out everything, like swap out weapons, you know, put them back on. All the components on the inside of the ship can be swapped out. So, you know, we can just take off the coolers, you know, and just throw on better coolers. You know, we can kind of strip things down, and you know, there'll be that. This way, there's a whole upgrade path. And what's great is these are all, you know, like actually like snappable, so I can kind of like still like put this together. Hang on, and you know, so even though I'm technically outside the ship, you know, this whole system is designed in a way to, you know, kind of sock it in to a certain degree. And, you know, we can put our coolers back on. Oh, I ended up putting that one inside. Oh. It's up, the cooler is up inside on a node. But I can't get up inside the ship from here. I gotta bring it down. But, you know. How long have you been working on this? Just a year. It's been a year of development now. We have a lot of the planet tech and stuff like that kind of working, and you know, the whole ship flight model and everything is now working fine. If you go to ship systems, let me show you. Been working on a fighter and a multiplayer map. So this is the you know, the current test scene that I've been working on. So check out the need to find. Yeah, so look at how nice the combat ship is I'm working on. Right, all the you know, all the thrusters and everything are all like accurate. Working on a better star map display. and kind of going with the here. I'll hit play so the IK system will update. There we go. So all animations are like runtime, right? So you would be just kind of sitting here, right? All the controls work, and you know, I'm just like doing all the, you know, physical design and figuring out where everything goes, you know, power triangle, all this kind of stuff, you know. And so these will be our, you know, our kind of our more standard, you know, first generation fighters. I'm doing a network build where we use the ship as a kind of like a test, and we're gonna do some racing. But you can see here, like I can go over and take off, you know, the thruster, you know, and take this one, put this one on instead. And if we want to swap out the coolers, we can take one of these coolers with us, and you know, throw it in the build. Should actually be another. Oh, over here. Let me take this and we'll take this on board. So this is what I mean by everything being node based. So like if we come in, like anywhere at all, I can put this, right? So I can put, like, you know, there's snap points, and then we're good. But check out the flight model here, right? So we're gonna look at the ship here. So ignore this. This is because the stupid existing cannon is still attached. So the other one's firing perfectly, but that one's kind of jank, but that's okay. But watch the thruster simulation. So let me give it some power. And yeah, so it's a fully simulated flight model. So all the mass of the ship is fully, you know, simulated. Right, so you can see all the thrusters are working as intended, just like you know, the original you know, IFCS demonstration. I'm kind of like trying to watch myself while I'm flying, so it's not helping. You know, real VTOL, check this out. Right, so it's you know, applying the here, let me come down, do a little flyby. Thump. You know, so it's a lot of it, you know, still needs to be oh, I don't have collisions on the ooh, here we go. But yeah, ships have their own gravity volumes and whatnot, so you can like throw cargo in them, and the cargo will kind of stay put, you know. It's you know, just buying cargo, selling it, doing trade, having a dynamic economy, you know. We have a lot of pretty things in here just for testing, but you know, the goal is just to create that, you know, original space trucking experience, you know, and we're just funding it, you know, through Patreon. So that way, anyone who wants to help, you know, work on it and whatnot, they can, you know, contribute that way, you know. And then we just, you know, take our cargo that we've bought, and you know, we can just kind of take off. And yes, it is. It's doing it right now. The ship is more heavy on one side already, just having that mass in the ship. Oh god. Like I did the math, and like a ship like a Freelancer is actually impossible. Like if you have a ship and that ship is like 240,000 kilograms, it would take like 3.4 million newtons of force, like upward force, to take like a full, you know, let's say steel is like what, 7,800 kilograms per skew per 1 meter square. Like the thrusters would have to be so powerful to get that out of the atmosphere, with gravity being like 9.8, that by the time the ship got into 0G, the ship would be like a Macross fighter, you know, but you know what I mean? So I solved that by making the thrusters really weak and using the actual ship's engines to do the lift. So every ship in the game that lands has to be VTOL. So that's kind of a limitation, I guess we would call it. But it works because it kind of helps shape the ship design. You know what I mean? And you know, it kind of makes things kind of interesting anyway. and tries to explain it a little bit better, I guess, in our own terms. Obviously there's smoke everywhere, but let's steal this cluster. Right, so I don't have these ones swappable yet. So eventually we'll be able to take these off and put lasers on, or take off the gimbal system is like unified. So yeah, so that's the this is the game. It's called Unforgiven Space, and it's only 1 year in development, and we have people creating space penises in multiplayer, and we're able to play together, and we have a full FPS build. Let me so it show you some of my FPS prototyping. It's called FPS. Yeah, FPSNet was the one with the clone. Let me. Yeah, this one. Let me update this one to 25. Have to do like space engineers too. All different drives for atmosphere and space. Yeah, they're just the engines will behave a little bit differently in atmosphere versus flight, and there'll be ships that are designed to not enter atmosphere. Right, you're kind of using lifter type ships, like with VTOLs and like heavy lifters that kind of move things, from station to atmosphere. It's kind of good, right? Because it validates the design of the space trucking ships. Exactly. But yeah, it's been fun, and we've been, utilizing. The Patreon's been growing, trying to get it up to, 1,000 USD a month. Right now at the $10 tier, like I said, you get your own little apartment, and that's kind of like what I've been working on now, is getting all that working. So you kind of get your own little hab to play with, on the main station. I'm only doing like 100 of them, or 96 of them, just to kind of build up a little community, of like $10 players, and then $5 you can just download the build and play it and test it and provide feedback. So it's just a way of funding the game, cheaper than a Star Citizen subscription, but directly going towards the project itself. So this needs to update, so I'm just going to pull this off to the side while we're waiting for this to update. I have like 1,000 things here happening. But yeah, it's been it's coming along. Oh, and I should check that build and see if the NPCs. Okay, so this one opened. Oh, but it wasn't the one I wanted to open though. Hang on. FPS set. This one. And I do plan on, when 19 comes out here shortly, getting back into Star Citizen for a bit. And then I'll probably do some like 2 or 3 hour Star Citizen streams, focus on the trading, working on some of the, tools, continuing to work on Galog. And then I'm hoping maybe we can transition some of those Star Citizen players into, an interest in my game. And, the opportunity is there to build something different, you know what I mean? Thank you for the follow, Oracle. How is your day going? Or afternoon, depending on what time it is for you. Hope you're having hope you're doing well. Yeah, I can't wait to get some final detail touches on the floors. Get some wetness. Like freaking out now because we're re-importing shaders. But I'm going to be creating well, I've already created it, but I'm creating an FPS scenario similar to Star Marine. But it's going to be pirates versus defenders. The pirates have to attack a base, turn off the gravity, gain access to the upper quadrant, and then open up the cargo doors to gain access to a piece of cargo. So their job is to extract the cargo, and the defending team is to keep them suppressed. As they're being killed, they'll spawn back on the ship, and then once there's enough of them, the ship will make another attempt, and they just kind of jump out of the ship whenever they want, and EVA into one of the kind of the entrances of the asteroid base. So it's just like a big asteroid base, kind of like a little mini Grim Hex. So it'll give me like a really good chance of pushing some of the netcode for FPS gameplay, and then simultaneously I'm going to work on the racing aspect of it here. So we have these two gameplay builds for testing flight model, which don't have weapons or systems yet, right? They're kind of basic, but at least that we can kind of see how the fighter flies, and get some feedback, and immediately like try different things out, and see how, make adjustments to things, and then ultimately all of it goes in the main build. So I'm good for trying lots of ways to attack that area. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let me show you this. It's really primitive, but it's all about the network latency. It's all about like the tick rate. It's all about right. So here's the it's called FPS land, and it's very basic because all the art is just slapped together. It's not a like don't judge any of this from art. Just but ability. And I have a build of this you can actually download now for this one. Everything here there's a build of, but I will just give me 2 seconds. I'll kind of show you. All right, so we'll start this one up. So I'll kind of show you how like everything, like all the basics. We got some like EMP grenades, like your typical. Right, we're here. We're in a we're in our hangar, and I'm 10 years later. Right in. This is the default Unity robot, because we don't really care. So yeah. Right, so here, if we're gonna head over to check this out. So here we can see, everything is in sync. Animations. Hang on, let me move over my clone. Got to get to work before. Yeah, so. The idea real quick is I'm going to run... Wait, here, let me kill him real quick. Alright, so we can kind of see each other here, but in the station design, we have to kind of go in and shut down this gravity generator here. And like I said, it's really, it's primitive stuff right now, nothing crazy. So like we have like a station gravity generator that could shut down. And what's cool is then when that shuts down, it changes the dynamic of like how the combat works for like, the whole system. And the goal is then to obviously get up, into this area EVA style, open up the door of the cargo area here. And, this is one of my net code tests I'm doing for like ping and jitter. But yeah, just ways of testing things that's still baking stuff. But enjoy your day at work. Definitely check out, we have a new Discord for this project. If you're not in it, I'll send you an invite as well. It's Discord here. I'll link it in Twitch, but I'll copy it over to the YouTube. If you're not already in there, you probably are. Okay, so we know why so NPCs I wonder if NPCs just weren't working. Are they working in the build now? Let me just double check, because I have a feeling maybe they are working in the build. No, they're not. So they're not here in the build. Now, I wonder if they don't have a nav mesh agent. Or if the nav mesh needs to be rebaked. I don't see them missing anywhere. Oh, this one doesn't even have the oh, I'm down floor, never mind, hang on. Sweet, I'll keep an eye on it. See you later, man. My man. No worries. Pleasure to always see you guys. Yeah, so this is running great. We need to register the person entering the room. That's what I need to do. I need to make a room, a zone manager. So when we enter the hab, like, it will register the owner and register the occupants to the collisions of the canvases, anything in the room. Oh my god, the carpet looks so good on the build. It's so good. It's so close to being done to what I want it to be. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna finish this hallway. The gray box for all this is fine though. Like, there's gonna be, I'm gonna do some pillars here to kind of visually separate. And this, even though it'll kind of block the stair, but I think there's be some type of stronger separation between them. So nothing in truck stop new, which is slice. Is it Slice or Slice Planet? I feel like that was definitely Slice Planet. Yeah, this is the one we put the ship in. And here we hit play. Are we gonna get errors missing the Patreons or anything? No? And the NPCs work fine here. Yeah, Slice Planet works fine here. Let's try that from the menu here. Sometimes execution order kind of matters. I know the ships of the NPCs were adjusted for their names. So here we load in and we do have NPCs. I don't know why it goes dark when we load in from this particular scene. I feel like it unloads something. But we definitely don't have, or the lighting on the scene is not set to be real time or something. They're definitely working here. There are some being created though that aren't on the hey, Pegline Escape. Doing good. Kind of spreading out the streaming a little bit at the expense of losing the affiliacy, but I think more exposure is more important. And to be honest, like, Patreon is finally at the 1/4 mark. So I mean, if the Patreon keeps growing and we keep working on the game and we keep making progress, I don't think it matters about the Twitch payments. We're working on ship systems. I was working on a new shader last week to display an actual star map really well. So this is actually an in-shader star map. So I want to get all my lines with unlimited detail. So, which is what's happening here is we're using our UVs and exactly push the Patreon more. And what's great now is this isn't Flash, you know what I mean? This is a true double-sided shader. And I have it set to ignore the depth buffer, so we can see this through anything. And there's a reason for that. Obviously, you don't want to be able to see it, you know, like through things outside of reality. But when we think about the new ship we've been working on, this is a boom slang, and this is what I've been working on all this week. Finally, so we reached a milestone, Pagan, between the Patreon community. We had Maddie, he's one of like Detox's guy, join us on the Patreon, and he joined the multiplayer build, and we spawned in the ship for the first time. So it's funny, like I added the ship to the multiplayer build to create a racing simulator. Like I want to create a separate scene where we would load in as only the ship, and that way we could have a dummy player. So we're just focusing, you know what I mean? Like we just have a camera in the empty, and we're just focusing on the flight model, right? So we don't need to worry about like the player appearance or anything. We just load in the ship. Everyone becomes a ship, and we can like test and see how everything performs, right? That's not the long-term solution. That's just like a quick way. Build some racing rings, get in the game, do a bit of racing, see how things feel, test out some inputs. Just kind of. Because we know how it doesn't matter. Like the space truck can fly a little bit more sluggish anyway. You know what I mean? Like it's fine because it's big ass, space truck. Like it's meant to be a little bit more rugged, But we want the fighter to feel good. So I added a bunch. We have a bunch of new effects, right? So now when we go in the atmosphere, we actually have ground effect and everything. Right, so it's not like a huge big deal right now, but if we head over to the mail here, I have clipping turned off. See we have a new IK system. So now as the ship drives its own input, the player will be animated, and whatever the player, like when we are the player, we're moving around that look target, and the head is following. But if it's the NPC, the look target will be whatever target the ship has, or whatever target the NPC is looking at. So what's cool is it's the same rig on the NPCs as on the players, and once again the rig is driven by these control points that the ship itself is controlling, so like the throttles and the control surfaces, and it'll look really natural. And because it's the same seat here, I've angled it on a 30 degrees. I'm going to change the seat and make it a custom seat, but because it's fundamentally the same seat, this rotated back upwards will have the same rig, right? So when we get into when I go and jump in the ship here, it's not set up yet, but when this happens, and we kind of move in, we blend in our hands, to those points, and then we kind of, tell the hands the way in. So it should be a really natural experience, because we're never going to clip through the pedals. We're only going to move down to the pedals. So it should look real nice, and it's unified. It'll be the same animations for, both male, female, all the characters. And when you're looking around in the cockpit, then it'll look a lot more immersive. It'll feel more immersive. It'll be, just a better experience. And right, so that's kind of this is the process. I started working on these new weapons, and the new weapons are great. So, and then other than the multiplayer build, I finally have. Oh, and I can get you to do this for the first time. So check this out, and I won't do anything. I'll let you do it. So when you now go in to the universe server, I will link this to you in the YouTube chat, right? And you just go in, create an account. When you go to connections, just use a basic password. Just think of it as the PTO site. It doesn't matter. There's no association, and you're just doing an OAuth workflow. You're at work. Okay, yeah, no worries. But I'll kind of show you. You just you log in. And you update your Patreon rewards, which just brings you to Patreon. It says, hey, would you like to allow, right, view your public email and your public profile. You hit allow, brings you back. And then what's cool is your account gets linked, and then when you log into the game, so I'll just as an example, because you're at work, I'm going to go to the login here, and for some reason it's dark. I think there's some lighting issue or something here that we need to resolve. But let me bring up Patreon data as an example. So this is now empty, so there's no Patreons here. I'll move it over. So if I hit play now, and this is all part of the the ongoing process. I've been really catering to the Patreon, so I'm kind of like not delaying the work on the project or anything, but like kind of focusing on our own like kind of community per se, just to like make it a bit more warm and really kind of show of faith. I don't know what to call it. But check it out. I just logged into the game, and now this Patreon wall that's over here, it's just a test, right? This is fully dynamic. All this data, so Revere, Thanicus, Jellian, whoever is linked, right? You still got to log into the account and make that link. All your handles come down, and it tells you if you have a habitation module or not. So what I'm going to do is when you log in and this list comes down from the API, it'll just do like top to bottom reservations right now. So your hab could be random. So if I just go down to the so we have some test props here and some boxes, but if we just go down to the first floor, right? I only have one for testing right now. Here is the new habs, right? So you actually have the new habs, and so this is the way more upgraded, more higher detail version, where you just have your little home away from home. And what's funny is it's not like it offers anything right now. A lot of the code from the ship system will be used to make it so we can snap things to the floor. And I love the idea of buying furniture in the game and like bringing it to the hab and like decorating it and stuff. I think that's kind of fun and kind of random. But just the role play of playing multiplayer and like bringing, me and Maddie were screwing around. I was kind of like serving him a drink and whatever, and it was hilarious. We were it was a really great first time in multiplayer, and I broke like ships didn't spawn afterwards because like they weren't supposed to spawn. Like I created a ship spawning RPC, and I set everything up to spawn ships, and then I went in and went to a separate scene and like added the ship because I was getting it all set up. But the whole process of it spawning in another ship was actually accidental. It wasn't meant to be a thing. It just happened. And then I accidentally spawned one in when I hit P on the keyboard. And then I asked Maddie, I was like, wait, Maddie, do you see a ship in front of you? And he was like, yeah, there's a ship right there in front of you. I was literally right here, and I spawned the ship in. And he sent me a screenshot on Discord of the ship actually spawning in for the first time. It was here, let me and it was such a great it was such a great experience, right? Is it G Maddie? Where is he? Where's Maddie? There we go. I'm gonna bring up the yeah, so this is what he saw. It was crazy because I was just like, I just hit P and it spawned, and I'm like, Maddie, what do you see? And this is Maddie way up on the top floor looking down. And then we proceeded to here in Discord progress, I think I put it in. I think I posted, didn't I not post here? Maybe I put it in general because it was funny and I wanted everyone to see it. Yeah, so getting this working. Yeah, so this is Maddie's masterpiece while I was in Blender. So he spawned in probably 400 chips. like just, I'm just in Blender working on this coffee mug, for the truck. And he's just, in the background, slowly moving, spawning ships, spawning ships, spawning ships, spawning ships, spawning ships. And this is what I alt-tabbed back to. And it was super funny. It was actually hilarious that, that's where we are right now. So, yeah, I'm happy with where we're going with it. So we're right now we're just doing we're trying to polish things up for the Patreon build. So there's some issues with the builds not not spawning in NPCs, even though there's really no reason for them to be like that right now. But I think the nav mesh. Let me take a look at the old nav mesh system. There could be 2 nav meshes. It could still be a baked one in this scene. I highly doubt it. Need NPCs in the truck stop build too for box missions. Slice. Yeah, I don't think there's a nav mesh baked here. There might be. No, there's not. Because we would see it. So I'm gonna clear it. Yeah, no, it's fine. And let's go into the truck stop itself. And let's check the truck stop. In the new animator, so we'll get rid of this old one. We'll take a look at our new animator. Now we're looking at areas. So we should here see a bake. Oh, we updated the prefab. Okay, so I still don't see them. Got the Cat 7 upgrade done. Cool. Yeah, I'm not seeing the override side over tile. This is all fine. Are we missing? You're rolling back the graphics driver because Habs run like crap. What are we missing here? Shading. It's not the layers. I know we turned off particles. Or lighting. Oh, the nav mesh is only visible in this view. That still doesn't make sense. Because yeah. Let me bring this new window open. Okay, you should be embedded in here. For when we need you. Isn't it have super CPU limited? I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know why. Because they do spawn. The nav mesh surface is fine. It should be baking it to it. I mean, they're spawning on it. It's not running amazingly, but they're working on it. Let me rotate the... Yeah, I don't care about the frame rate. No, they're still following it. I need a new battery for my Linux laptop. Yeah, in Canada we have like laptopcharge.ca, and I mean I bought a ton of batteries on that website. I'm gonna rebuild it. I don't know if we do like a full build. 1,200 cycles, and it holds around 40% of its original capacity. Oh, dang. How old is your laptop? Because I know in multiplayer, my build had NPCs. I'm wondering if the build hasn't had NPCs for a while. Have you seen the Astartes animations? All of them. They're amazing. They're great. I kind of wish he didn't get like kind of like bought out / sold for like Games Workshop. I think he does work for them now. But like his work was so good. Got me into a deep dive. Like it's running so good. Yet no NPCs. I need like a in-game like debug. Yeah, exactly. Guy who made it got hired to work on the series. Have seen run like crap, don't know why, because it's probably cloth. I mean, it was running fine last night. We didn't change anything since last night. But you know why? Cloth's in. Yeah, it's so weird. Like everything is running. And now the lighting is fine in this particular build. But there's NPCs are just totally not there. But they do spawn. I wonder, is it not generating the NPCs? It doesn't have any NPCs to load. It's an execution order thing. We gotta fix all these negative sliders. What are these on? Not the cloth? There's nothing else in that scene. I am. Slider back left. It works in the truck stop. In the truck stop, pure performance. In the dev menu, doesn't work like it doesn't work at all. There's nothing in it. It's the same prefab. There's nothing different about it. It's funny. Probably the other hab. The old hab being terrible. Let's start killing these issues. In the station NPC manager. Names database.load. Creates our instance, loads our names database. I wonder, should we like load our names database before we create an instance? I don't think it matters. We could do... Let me try -100 on the station manager. It depends on what the names database is set to. -1,000. So names DB should load first. I should put these in just a scriptable object to be kind of more effective. What are the references to this? Yeah, we could make that. Private. Me? Oh. Oh, right, it's static. Right. Yeah, I'll duplicate a new one. Yeah, okay. We need to. We can still have a static method. Oh, yeah, we can do that. The public static. Bool loaded will be loaded. Private. Which scene for changing name? What do you mean? Actually, yeah, yeah, probably. That should probably be read only, right? No, I need those references again. Avatar name above head, anyone. Any scene where you have a person, any scene where you are an avatar, you have a name over your head. You changed it and then saved it and then like reloaded it. And then it didn't work. When you loaded it back up, does it show your name in that option? There's no file to edit. What does it say, George? What name is in the thing? Frank, and Frank won't edit. my search. Okay, so on ship transport final, there's a negative collider. Where is it? Counter back right here? Interesting, it did not like me finding that collider. How dare you open your own project? Yeah, which one is the negative? Right cockpit. I don't see that. Oh, here. Left cockpit, right cockpit. Yeah, why is that? Negative. Sounds like the same thing. I don't know why this is should be just 2.5. It should be 2. (0.2) 1 minus 2.5. I don't know why all the math doesn't line up for a lot of this stuff. And it's all like easy. So get rid of all the negative colliders. Lots of cleanup. We have 17 left. It was likely ungiven collision geometry? Where? Main store 001. Five 1.23. Not negative. Reb, are the shaders cached somewhere on my PC with these builds? They're in the project, but I don't really know what that means. Why is that collider so weird? Counter right. Oh, the coffee's wearing out. I feel the drain. Like, it is trying to create some of these NPCs, and it's saying that they're not close enough to nav, but they are, because they're spawning. But I don't like that I can't see, you know, the visualization of the big nav mesh now in this particular build that I could before. Because it still ended up creating them, and they're still alive now on the nav mesh. You know, they're doing their thing, heading to where they gotta go. Right. I'm gonna go get some water real quick. I'll be right back after I grab some water. Did you figure out the shaders? Oh, it doesn't support a negative scale or a negative size. Okay. I don't see anything here with a negative size. Okay, so there's still a few more negative sliders. What am I? Yeah, I have a force position likely to be unexpected from collision geometry. Can I just force them then? It is not negative. Oh, the scale is wrong. Oh, in Blender. Oh, shit, yeah. Okay. Well, let's do some cleanup. Because I would actually like to go in and make sure we don't have any errors. we have a lot more art to do, but it'd be nice just to go in and get rid of all these little scale issues, little minor things that we've kind of introduced into the build. Could be any random collider, you know, on the floor that's causing the NPCs to be weird. Store. God, I thought I actually marked my stores as assets. Yeah, I guess I haven't. Oh wow. Who made this? Okay, so we're looking for scale -1 issues. Okay, that worked for a lot of them. Christ, I bet you all the origins and everything are not set up. Okay. Power plant 01. What? Oh, these guys. Their rotation is fine. So some of these must be inverted in scale. Oh yeah, no worries. I mean, we're still working on the Patreon. I need to figure out why the NPCs are not working. So I gotta go through the truck stop and fix any of these weird geometry issues that are being caused. I gotcha. Well, at least we had explosions working. For some reason, halves run like crap. And truck stop runs flawless. It's so funny because yeah, there's nothing in hab. The only thing I can see is if there is a to be of an error. There's an offline player. Game managers null. Game managers null. Oh, there's no game manager? Hang on. Let me just grab a game manager. Throw the data file on it. Okay. We're gonna kill Hab 2. We can always load Hab 2 whenever we want. Offline player can go as well. Let me see how it runs here. What is draining my battery? Holy crap. Not really. If you can do it here, it'd be better because there's the curtain. We don't know what play, like the curtain needs to know every player that's going to be in the. Add the option to switch the coffee cup off and on. Add that to the list. We need a world space interactable indicator. The handle wouldn't save in the truck stop scene because it didn't have a game manager. Interestingly enough, because I did change a bunch of assets. I'm gonna say this incentimental build is actually taking longer than a few minutes. No idea. No idea. Don't see any NPCs, nope. Let's go back. And builds US. Planet system. This is the old one. Wonder if we're getting NPCs. And this one upstairs. Let me just go to the commerce. I'm just curious if we have any of them walking around. Even this is running great, but no NPCs. And no menu in the scene. I gotta fix that. Oh, I'm gonna do the habit scene now. It runs choppy for me. But I think it's the class. I'd say it's the cloth sim. Let's just turn off the cloth sim and see how it runs in a build. Because it's funny because there's no planets here. There's no, and obviously in the editor, this thing runs perfectly fine. Like why? You know what I mean? They're running like a million FPS in the editor. Yeah, we're gonna be able to run it again. I just want to see if it is, and if it's not, there's got to be something in here. Like it could be the what do you call it? Is it the coffee? No, it's probably the vending machine, because the vending machine has a ton of topology. There's more topology in the vending machine than anything. Every single node of the spring. But it shouldn't be that bad. No, the vending machine will be slow in the truck stop. Yeah, because the vending machine would be in the truck stop as well. Yeah, it wouldn't be the coffee. The coffee is like the basicest shader imaginable. It is something though. A lot of times it's the render texture. Does the bathroom work in the truck stop? Does the reflection work in the bathroom in the truck stop? And is it still fast? Yeah, it's not like it gets faster, but it should be getting faster over here. And it's not. It's not even like, it's not faster anywhere. It also has an issue with the menu as well that we were having before. It stays choppy. What do you mean? There's nothing floating in the sky. That said, it is kind of choppy here in this build while I'm playing it, but like the couch exists. Yeah, there's like nothing. Gravity plane. That's all fine. Mirror working in the truck stop and everything is running fine. Yeah, because the scene cameras are from the prefab. I know the scene cameras are fine. There's no overrides on them. The UI should be fine. And I did add a manager, so the UI shouldn't be complaining about it. However, when I do yeah, perfect. The collisions. It's so weird because there really isn't anything fancy about this. There's no right, just a gravity volume, a station manager, nothing crazy. I don't see it like doing anything. But I'd like to actually, I'd like to develop that out, you know, and actually make it so you can like hold the coffee. And yeah, there's nothing like weird about it. There's a gravity manager problem. But I think that's only one issue in the beginning. Because we're not using gravity managers here, it's a ship. Don't see that being a problem. Yeah, so I might work on that. Because that requires adding the hold rig to the main character. Which we need to do anyway, because they need to be, you know, that main female and male rig needs to be updated. So then the player can hold anything. And then go from like not having a weapon to having a weapon to putting stuff down, taking stuff up. So I can like, you know, place the coffee, pick up the coffee. That type of thing. Very similar to what we're doing with the tractor beam tool, only with a holding of F. Because ideally, if I have a coffee in my hand, what I want to be able to do is hold the same button and then place the coffee just like we place something down with the. We just hack it for now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just duplicate the truck step and just swap out the players with the rig. Just take it one, put in the other. No. I hate how unstable Unity is, man. When you're like selecting something, it gets so like crashy. The amount of times I have to open up the build in one of a day. $10 says that new copy doesn't exist. Oh no, it does. I love having a laptop with an overclockable chip. That sounds like a heat disaster, though. Only USB-C Thunderbolt? Gotcha. Because why is the default rig so bad? And why isn't the copy in the rig? Oh, it goes in the hand coffee. Okay. Why? I don't know. Unpack that. Yeah, let's one eighty, 180, 180, 180. Okay. One eighty, 180, 180, 180. You don't even have one external display. 20 gigabit share bandwidth on a 4000 laptop. Can't daisy chain them, right? Or anything like that either. Mm. You can, but it's only one Thunderbolt lane. Okay, I gotcha. There we go. And now let's take this one and make it 1 by default. And get rid of the feet. And save it. And give it a run. Bit overkill, you know, make a whole new scene. It's for the coffee mug, but, you know. I think he's running really slow. I don't think he is. I know, he's fine. Kind of awesome going around with the coffee cup. Two have link. You have link to the dedicated GPU. The other two are through the Intel HD, UHD graphics. So it's probably like the Intel RS6E. Yeah, I'd love to go back to maybe using all like laptops again. I don't know. I wouldn't want my project to die because it's on a laptop and I smash it. Kind of accident prone. Yeah, it's limited by the I/O, not the bandwidth. Gotcha. Now it's got to build all that data for an extra scene that we're literally using for a coffee mug. The UHD graphics do 4 displays at 4K 60, and the other NVIDIA one can do three at 4K 120, and 1 display at 4K 60 on the other two. Cool. What's your laptop again? What's your model? What's the model number? Excuse me. God, I'm dying. 90. The 3050, that looks great. Is it the 19-inch or 17-inch one? And is this all you use for your games and everything? Like, do you use your laptop for pretty much everything? Me? Oh, it's Slice Planet Coffee. I'm an idiot. Hang on. No, it was my on-the-go PC, but I replaced it. I needed something that held battery, so I could fit a suitcases for flights. So now I okay, so you have an Asus Z13 Flow. What is it? This gaming laptop as well? Okay, with a 3050 Ti. Nice. It's the highest performance one. Gotcha. What did I do with my drink? I went to get a drink. Did I go get a drink and then not bring it down? Oh, cool. Nice. Sure, pretty good than gaming was. Okay. Coffee. Nice. No NPCs still, but we're walking. Yeah, I think this is actually gonna be great. You prefer your desktop? I wonder why the NPCs aren't working in the build. I had this issue a long time ago. With the I need Windows. What do you mean? In the station? I mean, there's windows in the station. I'm just going through them. There's no collisions on them because of the sheer amount of like testing that I do. There's no point having them with collisions yet. So stupid, man. Like everything else is working fine. NPCs are just not showing up in the build. Probably gonna turn off the decal projectors. Yeah, it's not important right now. Yeah, everything. I can't wait to get this ship done. I just want to fly this ship around and blow up things. Just want to blow up things. It's Diva. Diva from Overwatch, and I did it as a meme because when I first made the ship colorizer, whatever you want to call it, I made it pink. So when I did a screenshot for the Discord, you know, I had to have a hot pink Diva. Yeah, we need to hold beer. Holding the beer is more important. Yeah, the build runs really good, but won't spawn NPCs. I need to know when it stopped spawning NPCs, because I have a feeling that's why Maddie couldn't see the NPCs the other night. Because like on my client, I could see the NPCs no problem. They're still not long. But I can at least make them long. You know what I mean? Like, there's no deficit really to making them longer, but they're still only 1 meter right now, 1.5 meters maybe. Just over a meter. They do fit the they fit the aesthetic of the ship, but they're probably extremely inaccurate. There's 7 barrel at least. What does that mean? Now, equally, if we did want them to be that long, we could shrink them down, like just thin them out a bit. Yeah, I made them, 6. 1.8 meter. Yeah, because it was 6 on the graphic that I was looking at. Are they supposed to be 7 by design? They can't be an M61. But we can change it. Be variations. We can make tons of weapons. I can sit there in Blender and we can make tons of them with different RPMs. Once we get the ship working. Once we have something to go by. Oh, I'm so irritated with how good the game runs, and yet no NPCs. Oh! Hang on. We need to do something real quick. Okay, it gets a little tiny bit choppy for a second. Physics engine didn't like that for a second, but then it kind of... Yeah, I wonder if we warmed up the... The M61 is 6 barrel and the GAU is 7 barrel? Okay, that's good. Good to know. So, running on the build, but now giving us chops in performance. Interesting. Only one. Okay, so there's definitely physics sim. So it's only while we're looking at it, or we're observing it. Yeah. Is the lag server side? The lag is just in general. I'm not on the. I'm not hosting anything, so it's just a standard scene. That said, it only seems to be affecting the, no, it's still doing it. Physics library, NVIDIA physics library. You know, the standard one that every game engine for like the last forever used. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's TP banned. Interestingly enough, that it doesn't chop in the. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like not something that I can control. Just. Pretty sure it just does it. No, I know I have it turned on for the GPU, but I don't know if in general. I'm pretty sure it's on CPU. We obviously have it turned on in the NVIDIA control panel. It'll be, but it's always on by default. I'm actually surprised it's even an option anymore. Right? Just auto select. Which usually always is the GPU. I mean, I can apply it, but it should be the GPU. Stutters are just Unity being Unity. We'll play around more with that when we get into that. Yeah, I think so too. A lot of it is just because we're runtime generating the parts. And more threads can't solve it as a fan. I mean, why our NPCs aren't building. And more importantly, why the tried breaking Unity physics on my 3990X system, and it was only using like 32 threads. A lot of that stuff was single threaded. Quarter what I had. It's probably stupid that they're here in this. Like, they're here walking around fine, but I don't get is why I'm not seeing the previews anymore for the nav meshes. When I did prior. Like, each one's nav mesh volume was displayed before when I had selected them. Right, include, right, the nav mesh data is there, but is not being visualized, which is the weird part. Nav point, nav mesh surface is there. I mean, the NPCs are obviously fine, like, you know, following the nav mesh. I don't know why I'm not seeing it anymore. Built-in components, nav mesh obstacle. Right, there should be no rotate. I don't know why there's one rotation on that. The extents are there, and I think we can visually see the extents. Totally didn't make that zip bomb. All right, there's number one. A file that takes up 4.2 megabytes of my PC, but unzips to 300 and 256 terabytes. Why can't I like? Why can't we see the nav mesh? So normally, like in the past, it was only visible while we had the prefab with the nav mesh selected. And now for some reason, right, use geometry, rendered meshes, generate links, walkable, humanoid, everything is set up here to be baked. Normally, I can rebake it, and it is rebaking, but it's not showing up now. I'm wondering if maybe it's a Unity bug. But if I can't see the nav meshes, I can't necessarily guarantee that everything baked okay. And they're definitely not static. No occlusion has been baked. Should be. Why did it extend that? Yeah. Maybe I need to bake my... I need to bake it here. Okay. It baked. And the volume is set. Zip bombs tend to not work on super powerful systems. Because look, we have the nav mesh bands. Why don't we visually see them? What did they do? What did they change? Right? Nav mesh surfaces. Like, I'm getting the nav mesh bands. But not the nav mesh surface. And I'm pretty sure it's only this build. I gotta check it out. Unity nav meshes, not following up. What do you mean? We have the new navigation thing open. Okay. I'm streaming on YouTube as well. I don't know if it's worth it. We had a few people stop in though. I might try to just increase exposure. What is this? Yeah, so this nav mesh is perfect. Yeah, this is all good. Everything is great. There's no reason for NPCs to not be able to navigate through the realms. Life is fantastic. I don't know. And this is in the slice. Alright, so let me take a look at the other scene real quick here. Slice planet. Just to see if any of them look odd. With every cycle, my battery for this laptop will last around 0.5 kilowatt hour capacity. But it's like slowly draining. I mean, they might be complaining they can't get to a spot. That shouldn't stop them from spawning. I know their houses, their halves are being redone. They shouldn't be spawning out here anyway. Yeah, so this is good. So they all, yeah, they spawn fine. I did change their handle display code, but I don't think that matters. But if anything really changed, yeah, actually no, this wouldn't still not be working here. Let me plug in my phone. I had this issue before, and I remade the scene, and then nav meshes worked, and they worked fine. I don't know why they're not working in the build. The max you can put in a laptop while making it legal on a plane is 99.99 kilowatt. Because 100 is over. It's pretty much it's got to be an execution order. Go to single player, create a character. Oh yeah, right. She's on the other one. Okay. I need to quit the main menu. I mean, it does dance lithium. Lithium likes to explode into flames. Yeah. Single player offline. Yeah, let's... I need back buttons. I gotta really like go through this. Remember that one UPS plane that caught fire over Saudi Arabia? I don't remember that. Maybe I need to like go in and then read it, like just spend some time like making some of these things real. And you know, just getting them done. It had lithium ion batteries. Oh, and it just like, yeah, so it just kind of like YOLO'd RIP. I feel like it loads in before the yeah, I feel like it loads in before like the manager has the opportunity to load in the NPCs. I need to like make a spawn thing. I'm gonna go use the washroom and then I'll be back. Now I remember to get the water. So we really don't know why NPCs are not showing up, not spawning. There's nothing in System Manager. Empty. We're in Game Managers. Oh, there's actually a Game Manager. Wait. Why is... Yeah, the Game Manager goes on the star system. There's two. That might be the problem. This should have everything made. Star System Manager, Bounty Hunting. And then this system. Yeah, because the system was supposed to originally persist across. Base Manager. Yeah, I think the cargo terminals could probably go. I don't think we're actually even using this mission console for anything. Nope. Yeah, the ship manager should also go on the star system. It's like it tried to create them all at some point. It says it wasn't close enough to the nav mesh. But they all ended up working. But she's on the nav mesh. And she's obviously on the nav mesh because we can rotate it. Okay, and now this is working. And this thing. Bum, 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 bum. All right, chat. I mean, we're gonna leave it there for tonight. It's a bit of an earlier stream. Laptop now dies at 20%. Oh no, that's not good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do take a break for a bit, get some food, and go back doing some very boring polish that probably nobody wants to see. And I'm gonna go through all these errors and just fix them up. Open up each of the stores and redo all their colliders, get them ready, get them error prone. We're gonna need to go in and, you know, give them each a blender pass and, you know, some better designs anyway for half of the stuff for the ship stores. Some of these I haven't even like named appropriately, like they're kind of slapped together. And they need some TLC. So I'll kind of actually do that. I'll just go through and start fixing, you know, these little individual stores until we just nuke all the warnings that I have here. But I still like I don't like that there's a spawn. There's an initial spawn that says we can't create the agent because it's not close enough. But then the agent spawns anyway. Which is kind of like, wait, what? Well, why are you? Why are you spawning anyway then? If you can't. Because it should raycast and check if it's spawnable. The intersection point on the nav mesh should already be determined before we run the spawn on it. So it's kind of weird. Anyway, we're gonna go find someone to raid, and then I'm gonna go do some cleanup off stream. Let's go to selects. And I'll be back tomorrow. And then hopefully I'll have a bit more of the ship working. Hopefully we'll have NPCs in the build. That would be great. Like we end up getting explosions in the build, but we lost the NPCs for no reason.
No, because I need the equipment, I think.
Warning.
Maybe I need both.
Warning.
Revere?
Coming.
Is that a Revere? Is that the one and only? The Rav? The guy working on the next Star Citizen that's going to be even better, and it's going to have blackjack and hookers, and everyone's going to be able to have their own house or their own little space dormitory? Nope, maybe. I'm pretty sure it is. I think I recognize that guy. Hooker Citizen. Revere, I hope you're doing wonderful. Thank you so much for the raid. Revere Raiders, thank you for joining Revere today. Thank you for joining them for his stream and for joining them for the raid. Revere, I just want to mention something to you. I saw, here's what I'll say. I'm sure you already know this. I'm sure you made this decision knowingly. I saw you in 2 places yesterday, and I hope that you have reviewed the terms and conditions of affiliation. That's how I'll put it. I hope you're doing wonderful, and I wish you very well. And thank you for the raid today. I hope you're making good progress. Was there something in particular you were working on today? And I've actually got to get out of here in just a minute. Thank you, Revere. Ooh, there's a cool vehicle going by outside. Equip container. Maybe I'm not in the position to do this. Equipment. You know what? I'm not gonna be able to do this today. My brain is not working well enough after going into a bit of a sharing episode. So I will save this for tomorrow. But yeah, Revere, you caught us just in time that we're gonna have to go and raid somebody else, I think, because we got to keep this raid energy going. So I'm gonna take a look at Twitch real quick and see what we can find. Navmesh randomly won't spawn NPCs in the build. Really? So weird. I hate it when the build is different than the editor. I do too. It drives me fucking insane. Still have no idea how to diagnose it. Yeah, we're going to let that expire, if you know what I mean. Okay, I figured. Well, Revere, that's awesome. You know what? Good on you, dude. I fucking think that's super cool. And that's what I was hoping the case was. So that is very awesome. I'm glad to hear things are going well with that. And yeah, good on you. Fuck yes. That's good news then. No, nothing bad happened. Good things are happening for Revere. Yo, what's up, Corlu? How's it going? But yeah, we're gonna have to go and raid somebody else, and I think we're gonna raid Irish John. Irish John's the only person in my follow list that I see online right now, and I trust Irish John with you guys. So I think that's 100% what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. And we're going to go and say hi to Irish John, because I'm already pushing my timeline for making sure I'm there when Casual's off work. Fought with editor and build discrepancies, trying to figure out a really hard to reproduce bug. Too many times to count. Yeah, fucking... I'm sure I'm going to be dealing with my fair share of issues with that as well once I get to that point. So for now, we'll go ahead and wrap things up. Maybe we will play a little bit of guitar though. Just during the wrap up though. Need to make an in-game console. Yes, absolutely. In-game console is the way. That will help you tremendously to deduce what's going on. You can also, I'm sure you know this, Revere, but you can also check your logs. If you're debug logging and stuff like that, you can always check like the log files that are generated by the game. But I totally understand, like, and agree that an in-game console would be probably better. Wait, where? Let's see. I'm not 100% sure where it is. So Unity game logs. There are log files that are generated. Let's see. If you check right here. It'll tell you where to look for any of your log files, regardless of what operating system you're on. It's got lists for all of them, and you can see all of your debug logs in there. So if you are having troubles with that, that would definitely be like the first place I would say to look, because then that saves you trouble. You don't have to build an in-game console or anything like that. So we are going to go ahead and start up our wrap up. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm sorry we can't chill for longer. It just happens to be the end of my schedule today, and we'll be back tomorrow. So for now, SettleXBot, it's time.
Time for what?
Execute wrap up. Execute wrap up. Are you kidding me? I'm going to try it one more time, and if you don't do it, I'm going to type the command manually. Execute wrap up.
Now
There we
wrap
go.
up the stream by thanking everyone. First and foremost,
And I'm gonna go ahead and play a
special
little
thank
guitar
you
for a
to any
minute.
lurkers who are here now or whom have passed
I think
through.
need to not use any awakes and stuff
You
on
are
my
the
singletons.
statistical majority in all
Maybe.
audiences, as
Timing
much
is a
as
tricky
80%
thing.
of the audience in some streams.
Seriously, thank you
for
so
being
much,
here and
lurkers.
know you are loved regardless of whether or not you
Thank you,
chat.
thank you, thank you. Okay,
A
so I'm gonna do
special
two
thank you
things
to the
real
lovely
quick.
streamer who decided to raid our channel. Thank you, Ravia.
The legendary Revere. Thank you so
Thank you
much, Revere.
for raiding this little stream.
Okay, let's see.
You are an amazing, beautiful
VR
person.
win. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna make that work, Revere. Because I actually don't have a good setup for VR anymore.
Ding dong streams tossed out 291 bits. Max tossed out 5 bits. Thank you all so much for tossing
Thank you
some
all for the
our
bits.
way.
Thank you so much.